Our minds are actually always looking for the evidence to support what we already believe, what our belief systems are currently, even the ones deep down. Now, there's a part of your brain called the reticular activating system, and its main job is to filter information because we have thousands of pieces of information every second, and it shows us what it thinks is important to us. It will show us what we believe, not what anybody else believes, and it will filter so you only see exactly what resonates with your beliefs. So because I believed I had to do it all by myself and I had to continuously struggling alone, guess what I kept noticing? Stories about women doing it by themselves, being the big, bold, brave women. Messages would be bombarded about hustling harder, having to know it. People saying that you don't need the help, you can do it by yourself. And I would always zone in onto the articles, videos, and examples that reinforce the belief that success meant doing everything on your own. Now, my brain was constantly finding evidence to prove I was right. Even in my NHS role previously, I would feel a failure asking for help in certain areas, and I carried so much weight and burden and worries of others, I had no idea I never had to. It was just an old limiting belief that actually I wasn't aware was creating my reality. And that's what led me to so many breakdowns, in tears, trying to resolve the tech, the systems, the day-to-day struggles, which I felt so overwhelming at the time that I would just end up feeling defeated and beating myself up, believing I wasn't clever enough and it just wasn't for me. And repeatedly, I wasted years and, decades repeating this. It was hitting that brick wall with your head over and over and over, smashing yourself into it and never feeling any different because the wall never came down and I didn't change. I would just repeat it. But once I started doing this work and becoming self-aware of what those beliefs were, especially the limiting ones, I then took the power back and I could start changing that belief and become open to actually receiving the support. Bit by bit, something interesting was happening. I started noticing a completely different reality. I started actually seeing successful women who were supported with coaches and mentors and teams. And it was normal. They had communities. They had support systems. And they weren't scared to ask for them. And that's why I still realise that the most successful women I knew weren't doing this all alone. In fact, they were growing faster because they had the support.